Well, hello friends, it is Running Kimono, and in today's video, it's kind of one of these videos, I really wasn't going to talk about this, but I think if I can talk about a video where we need to put eyes behind our head and just be kind of safe when you're out there couponing, I think it's a really good message, because this has not happened to me in a very long time. Um, and it's kind of one of these stories, like, almost a little bit embarrassed, but yet I want to share it because I think there's a really big message here. So last Saturday, I was trying to get out first thing to do a Dollar General 5 off of 25, because pairing it with the 5 off of 20 with Gain, I mean, there's some deals to be had and found. I wanted to go and do a deal at the very least to throw something on Instagram and on the community tab here on YouTube to say, hey, it's working. Because Dollar General is one of these stores that sometimes there can be problems. There can be a couple hiccups. It can be somewhat challenging. So anyhow, I headed out first thing, like 9 o'clock, to go do this deal. And it was a very basic deal, 3 items in a basket, and it worked. And I wanted to, get in and out. This is my basket. Pretty exciting here. And so I went to the cash register, and the cash register seized up, of course, because sometimes it just does that. Some of these cash registers, the IP number is like 1. So anyhow, there was a little group of people behind me waiting in line, and I just had one transaction, so I wasn't going to be there all afternoon. And there was a man right behind me, and I apologized. I'm like, hey, sir, I'm sorry this is taking a couple. And sure enough, when the cashier processed it, I paid $6.50, and I was on my merry little way. And I didn't really notice this man while I was in the store because I was only grabbing 3 things and I was in and out. It's not like I was in there looking for pennies or doing some sort of clearance shopping like when they have their 50% off. So I didn't really notice him. I did look at him though, and I apologized and said, hey, I'm sorry for, holding up the line. Because it was only like a couple minutes where the cash is seized. If you've ever experienced that at the Dollar General, you know what I'm talking about. So went over out to my car. I had this photo that I took in my cart, and I had photographed my receipt, and I was going to throw something up on Instagram identical to this saying, hey guys, the deal is working. The 2 store discounts are stacking. Easy enough, right? And sometimes when I'm on Instagram or one of those apps to put the 2 things side by side, it takes a couple of minutes, and I wanted to do it in the parking lot. I didn't want to have to, drive home and do it then. I wanted to get the information out right away that I had success with this. And this sort of information, it can help you guys and other content makers too that are doing Dollar General deals, that they know, oh, she had a problem. Oh, she didn't. Oh, this is attaching. This isn't attaching, just to share stuff. And as I was feverishly working on my phone, I don't even know if the doors were locked or what. And this man who was behind me in the store pulled up next to me and was feverishly honking his horn and gesturing that I put my window down. And I'm thinking, okay, did I forget my something in the store? Like, what's going on? Because it's just bizarre. And he unrolled the window and he's like, hey, do you want to go for a coffee? And I looked at him. I'm like, no, sorry. And then he's like, well, do you want to go on a date later? And I was so flabbergasted by this, guys. I said no as well. And to tell you a little bit about him, he was probably late 60s, early 70s. I'm in my 30s. I'm just not interested. Also happily married. So, just not interested. And I never spoke to him in the store where we were having a meaningful conversation about something or where something could be construed that I was interested in him. He was legit behind me in a line, and I was like having issues with the cash register, and I just apologized, and that was it. Who knows? I didn't think it was a very soulful connection. It was just very, and it was bizarre, and I was kind of perplexed by that. And because let's get real here for a second. Every restaurant up here is closed. So if I was going to meet him somewhere for breakfast or a drink or whatever, restaurants are closed because of the pandemic. So was I supposed to go into his car and go off with a complete stranger who I don't even know their name just because he offered? The answer to that is absolutely not. And also, this is an airborne virus that transmits through like particles and that sort of thing. So am I supposed to remove my mask with a stranger in a like in his car? It just seems really like dangerous and weird. And I don't even know how single people are dating right now, because if I was single, I would just be, doing everything to not meet anyone new because of the pandemic, unless you both self quarantine or did like rapid COVID testing or something like that. Like, it just seems like there's a lot. And he was kind of pushy of, let's do this, let's do that. And it's like, no to both, It was just bizarre. Like, just a couple red flags right there, and it was just kind of bizarre. And the fact that he was so much older than me, I just also was not okay with that. And he could have been a nice fella and all, but it was just bizarre. And even maybe he should ask for a phone number before straight, like, hey, let's go out. It was just really bizarre. And I get that people are lonely and this pandemic has put us in these weird places, but as a woman, sometimes you just get that spider feeling that things are not right. And to be honest, when I was in the store, I was hyper focused on the math, getting things to balance, making sure that every coupon's going to attach. And I wanted to get this on Instagram and then to get this on YouTube for you guys right away to say, hey, it's working, blah, blah, blah. Like, I was not looking for, Match.com or something like that in the store. And I can't stress it enough that sometimes if you're not paying attention and it's somebody who's looking at you and might have wrong intentions, that's when you can get into a lot of trouble. So I just can't stress it enough. That's on me for not paying attention to my surroundings. And sometimes when you're running around with a mask or you're trying to put together a coupon deal, and I looked like a friggin' mess on Saturday morning. I was wearing my husband's winter coat, hair up in a bun. I don't think I even showered. I looked like a disaster. And whatever he was looking for, I don't even know. It was weird, and I just had a weird feeling too, but I can't stress it enough to have your Find My Phone, that app turned on, so, somebody could maybe find you, God forbid, if something really bizarre would happen. And also, if you have a weird feeling, you can always stay in the store and a staffer can walk you to your car too. I had a friend once, there was a man following her around a store around 11 o'clock at a Meijer in Lansing, Michigan. And I told her, because we were on the phone together, because she's like, I don't know what to do. This man is following me around the store. And I told her to go to customer service. And the floor manager walked her to her car because she was so scared. And it just sometimes you get these really weird sort of like feelings, and you just know something is just really off. And I don't know what this man was really hoping to accomplish, because in a pandemic, you just can't hang out with strangers. We're being told to wear masks, socially distance, this, that, and the other. And it was just, he was kind of pushy and just, I would have never have noticed him in the store. And it's not like he ran up to me and was chatting with me. It was just this weird and awkward thing in the parking lot where he was like, hey, you want to go do this right now? And it's like, no. And this is, again, Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, like broad daylight. And this is the I would think this was the safest time to go shopping, but if something weird would have happened, maybe that would have been the time for me. You never really know. Can't stress it enough, guys. Be safe. This is for both men and women shoppers. Just be really safe out there and really watch your surroundings. If you could go shopping with somebody else, smart, and then always have, like, your phone's location. People can find you easily, that sort of a thing too. I just really hope you get a lesson from this weird experience. And initially, I thought it was kind of silly and funny that a man that old would be like asking me out. But now I think about it a couple days later, I'm like, I could have just dodged a really big bullet. Let me know in the comments what you think. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.